All right. What's up, guys? All right, Turtle Riders, welcome to the podcast here, Uncle Turtle Boy's Late Night Garage Podcast. I'm going to let everybody stream in here because we're not doing an opening song today because that just takes up time, and you're just going to fast forward to it if you listen to the podcast later. And we got some stuff to get to today. So people are going to come in. In the meantime, I am going to go ahead and I am going to share this video on our two social media pages. Let's see, copy. All right, let's go over here on the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page. Let people talk amongst themselves. What's the scuttlebutt here? How's the audience looking tonight? Let's see how it goes here. So I know a lot of people are coming in here tonight because there's a big reveal about a troll. So we wanted to find out who this troll is. But before we get started on that, guys, how's the audio sound? Audio sound good? People are saying the Milford firefighter's suicide story is wild. And on any other day, it would be like the wildest story of the day. But what you're about to see I can't even. I'm in shock. That's all I got to say. But yeah, that firefighter story, we are going to cover that in detail on the live show this weekend. You can guarantee that, baby. All right, so people are coming in. We're looking good. Let me take this reminder, guys. You'll notice on my shirt, our good friends over at Andrew Porter Contracting in Charlton. Without this, none of them is possible. So why don't you guys do me a favor? I believe the link is in the YouTube. Go on over their Facebook page. Give them a like. If you like their page, you're automatically entered to win free Bruins tickets. Those are your first place Boston Bruin reigning Eastern Cup champion Bruins. Head on over there. Give them a like. And you're also going to see a lot of the quality work that they do over there, particularly the roofing. They do a great job roofing over there. They're a 5-star rating provider on Google, Angie's List, Home Advisor, you name it. They're an Owens Corning preferred vendor. They do quality work. The roof is the most important asset of your house, guys. It's the first thing realtors talk about when they go to sell or when they go to buy is how old's the roof. And you need a good job. You don't want the shingles falling off. Trust me. There's a reason these guys have 5-star ratings across the board. It's not a coincidence. They do fantastic work. So if you're in the market for a new roof, head on over to Andrew Porter Contracting or any of your general contracting needs. Those are your go-to guys for that. So people are saying fix the. Am I okay? Too close. Sometimes I get too close. It's hard. So I'm going to try to sit right here. How does this sound? Is this charming? So I've had a very interesting day today. So I woke up this morning, and I got an email from somebody named Maddie Hatter. Okay, and I don't believe it. So I know we what did I say last time we were here? The same thing I said the last time we were here before that is we're done with the Bristol thing, right? We're done with it. But something happened today, and I can't not address this because it's insane. So we just have to talk about it. And I don't even know how to feel. I have like butterflies talking about it. It's insane. So it began this morning when I got an email from a guy named Maddie Hatter. And it was a forwarded conversation that he had apparently sent her at her work. Okay. Now, if you guys watched the show on Saturday, I said, don't contact her, guys. Don't leave her alone. Let them do their thing. So this guy, Maddie Hatter, I'm like, what the hell? The guy's sending emails to her. And he's saying, well, he had screenshots of allegedly Kate in the Discord sharing things about tenants that she shouldn't be, mocking them, whatever. And this guy, he claimed to have a relative that lived there or something, and he had a problem with it. And Kate, rightfully, in my opinion, took this as harassment because don't contact people at work. That's a terrible thing to do. And I'm fucking dead serious about this too, right? Do not contact people at work. That's cancel culture. Don't try to take someone's job away over that. That's ridiculous. Because you got a problem with them. Because if you like me, that's not how you show it. So this is what happened. Like this guy emails her. She fires back at him. Then he fires back at her. And then she fires back at him and accuses me of sending him and says she threatened me in the email. It basically said that he's sorry about what's going to come next. I don't know the exact quote, but something to that extent. And that's how I woke up this morning to that. So I'm like, I email the guy back and I say, don't ever do this again. Well, the email doesn't work anymore. So the email, I don't even know if this is a real person, guys. I don't know who that was emailing her. I have no clue who that was. I have no clue. You can make up your own mind about that. But I would never, ever do it. And she was apparently talking about it in the Discord, and which seems to be the theme here. Aidan victimizes me. Look at this. Look what he's doing to me. Remember that. So that's how my morning started off. And I went to Boston. I did the Callahan show. It was a good show. Did you guys listen to that today? We had a great talk with Jerry. We always get interesting towards the end. We did a lot of, we talked about the debate a lot, obviously. We did a little bit of sports in there. And then we got sexual. We always get sexual at the end. None of the other Callahan podcast guests get really dirty. We delve into some topics that nobody else gets to. So definitely listen to that. Yeah. So, yeah, and that's what I said on there. I'm like, I got to be the permanent. You know what he said to me? He asked me, we were talking about Louis C.K., and he asked me, we were talking about how Louis C.K. likes to jerk off in front of people, right? And he's like, I'm like, yeah, I don't think, I'm like, whatever. People got their own thing. They do that's what he gets off on. It's not okay, but that's what he gets off on. And people are like, it's weird, blah, blah, blah. And Jerry's like, would you jerk off in front of me? This came up on the podcast. And I'm like, if you gave me the full-time gig here, yes, without thinking twice. Absolutely. So go ahead and listen to that. But back to this story. So I come home and I got some stories I want to do today. I did that Milford one, baby. That one is smoking, taking off. Oh my gosh. How terrible is that woman? Oh, pure evil, that woman. We'll get to her on Saturday. Well, I'm getting messages. Something's going on here. And for a long time now, guys, there has been an account that has been showing up periodically. That I guess apparently showed up again yesterday on the Clarence Woods Emerson or, Turtle Boy Facebook pages, whatever. It shows up. And it's called Aidan Blarney. It's been showing up for about 3 months now. It first started making its appearance in early November. And so my name's Aidan Carney, and that rhymes, obviously. And we're like, who is this person? And they were we don't pay attention to trolls because whatever, they make up a fake name, whatever. But this troll knew a lot. They knew a lot. And back when it first started happening, it started causing some tension amongst turtle riders. For instance, I thought it was Brett. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was Brett at first. Just based on some of the things, because I thought, Brett was just off the show, and I'm like, that was my guess. But then it didn't add up. There were so many things in there where it couldn't be Brett, as we're going to see. And other people thought it was Richard Vulva, the guy behind the Vulva account. He's anonymous, but there was aspects of that disqualified him from it, as we're going to see. And I gave up. I'm like, I don't know who it is. I really don't care. It's just some stupid troll. Even though they were saying a lot of very personal things about me, interesting things that nobody knows about me. It's crazy. Hardly anyone knows. And I'm like, whatever. I just go, I'm busy. I got shit to do. But, the Turtle Riders argued about it. They legitimately fights broke out over this. That whole Ida, Brett, Stacy, all those people in the comments who were going at it. This was the nexus of all that. Figuring out who Aidan... People were accusing each other. It was like Salem witch trials. And I just didn't care. Because I said I don't get involved in that kind of stuff. But then he appeared again yesterday. And the things that Aidan Blarney is saying are rather suspicious. So let's look at a couple of these things. Right? So Aidan Blarney says here, how about jobless former teacher scams hundreds of brainwashed idiots into paying for his extravagant vacations and home mortgage when he cries poverty on the internet? Does that sound familiar, guys? Does that complaint sound familiar to you? Who have you heard making that complaint recently? Now, does that mean it's the person I'm getting at here? No. That doesn't prove that. Certainly not. But enough evidence adds up, we're going to see. So they go on to say, and pretends to have a bunch of bloggers that left him after he fucked them over years ago. Sounds like a pretty good blog to me. There's another thing that was brought up. Who would know about my bloggers? Who would know that? Thank you, Johnny. Who would know that? I can't say yet. Who would know about my blog? Think about that. Who would know about the number? First of all, it's not entirely accurate. The primary blogger, as I've confessed in Turtle Boy Confessions, that left a little bit over 2 years ago, who I still penned under, was South Shore Turtle Girl. Others stayed on significantly longer than that. And so to say that, who would know that unless they worked for Turtle Boy, right? Or blogged for Turtle Boy, that left him after he fucked them over for years. So when South Shore Turtle Girl left, there was an email that she sent me. And the email was scathing. It was a like a fuck you, not fuck you email, but like get your shit together kind of email. It was a bad breakup email. It was a don't ever talk to me again email. But like she listed like I'm gonna, it was a coming to Jesus moment. And I've read that email several times since then. And although I disagree with small portions of it, I would say like 90% of what the things that she said in there were absolutely right. I'm not going to go over the whole thing now, but a lot of the advice she gave was pretty sound advice. And her and I haven't talked since. It is what it is. And yeah, so to say that he fucked over, the only way you would know that I quote unquote fucked over bloggers, right? That was the language that she actually used in the email. Fucked over bloggers. Is if you read that email from South Shore Turtle Girl. And I've only shown that email to one person. The same person that's going to be over and over again. That's the theme of this. I've only showed that email to one person. So it goes on to say, right? Look up Aidan's wife page, and you can see pictures of the trip to Disney World they took. While Aidan cried for money, claiming he'd have to shut down his blog if he didn't have donations. So there's another claim that's coming out of the Discord, right? All coming from the same person. Now, who even knew I was in Disney? That's another question. I was talking to some people from that are pretty close to me in the Turtle Boy world, that we kind of have like a small group of people that we talk. And he was like, I didn't know you went to Disney. I'm like, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't want to make I was cognizant of that, like maybe, some people, the Michelle Olsons of the world might criticize me of that. If I could do it again, I would just be like, fuck you, I'm going to Disney. But, I didn't tell anyone except for one person. I told one person that I was going to Disney, and that's it. And I also told this one person that, I didn't want to be seen. When I went down to Disney World, I told my family, it includes my sister-in-laws and all that stuff, mother-in-law, I'm like, I cannot be in any pictures. Instagram, nothing. I can't be in any pictures. I'm not here. Okay? I don't want to be seen here. I hate Disney. So, and I told this one person that. I'm like, I told him, I'm like, I can't let anybody know I'm down. I'm going to not get in any pictures. I don't even want to go. So this person knew that I told, the same person as the other coincidences. This person knew that this is like a sensitive issue for me, something I didn't want out there. So if they wanted to get this information out there, they would have to use an alias to do that, like Aidan Blarney. So it goes on to say, can you say wants his cake and eat it too? So many gullible, willing victims. Victims. There's a commonly used word right here, and no one cares what he did to Brett. Now, this same individual. So here's the deal. Brett got into a thing with, I don't even know Ida's real name. And I don't care what Ida's real name is. Brett got into a thing with another fan who goes by Ida on Facebook. And they started arguing. It got dirty. It went on for months. I feel like it's still going on, right? I didn't want to get involved. I told Brett that. And that's ultimately what kind of Brett left to do, is do what Brett does, right? Fight people and shit. Like, never back down to anything. And during that whole process, this one person told me several times that they believed that Brett was not the problem here. that Ida was the problem. This person went to bat for Brett many times before. Personally, I'm like, I did at the time blame Brett more. Now I would just be like, all right, whatever. Two people, whatever. But neither is more at fault than the other. But this person would continuously come up to me and say, like, I think you're underestimated. Like, I don't think Brett's the problem. So there's another thing there. It goes on to say, and this was the real giveaway, guys. I have blurred out these for a reason. Aidan Blarney writes, or what he did to A, or to P, or to K. Those are names. Those are, in no particular order, North Shore Turtle Babe, Feisty Turtle Girl, and South Shore Turtle Girl. Their names were put out there. Okay? Some people know who Feisty is. Some people, because Feisty left in a very colorful fashion, and she's got a very strong personality, and her and Brett hate each other with a burning passion for good reason on both sides. They hate each other. It's like, I think the rivalry is hilarious, quite frankly. But I'm like, so some people might know A. Some people might know A. But P and K, especially K. P, some people know, because I know P has told a couple people who she is. K, nobody knows. And I know this because I spoke with Kay at length today about this. And I said, have you told anybody, anyone, who you are? Nobody. She's not married, right? So she doesn't have a husband that's going to squeal. She hasn't told friends. She's told nobody. These people are petrified of being outed, and understandably so. I get that. I've been in their shoes before. So Kay, there's only one person who knew who Kay was. The same person as before. Because this person asked me one time, she kind of put two and two together because Kay interacts with me a lot and the page a lot. And I think we might have made a reference to North Shore Turtle Babe in there somewhere. She figured it out. And she said, is Kay North Shore Turtle Babe? And I said, yes. So those three names. Now she knows, this same person knows, everybody knows about A. She left in colorful fashion. But P, the only reason she knew P is because I gave her that email. And she was in contact with her a few times. We were actually trying to covertly get P back on board. It didn't work out. She didn't want to come back. I get it. But that was kind of this person's plan, is to get P to come back to us. And so they became buddies and didn't work out. But and I'm like looking at it, I'm like, so whoever this person is, they must know A, P, and K. They have to know all three. So who knows that? So when it first came out, I'm thinking Brett. All right, Brett knows A. Brett doesn't know P or K. Okay, so it can't be Brett. What about Dick and Volvo? What does he know? Okay, he knows A. I don't think he knows P. Definitely doesn't know K. No way. No one knows K. Right? So I'm like, who? And then I gave up. But the person, guys, that I would never even think to question ever, because it was the person I trusted most, is the only person in the world who knows all three of those names. Literally the only person. It is impossible for anyone else. So that is that. There's more. So maybe, and so some people are saying, well, and I'm actually getting some messages like this in which people have said, well, what if somebody knows two names and then another person knows a third, and then they talk and they come together? First of all, you're going so far out of your way to just do these mental gymnastics to try to, because you can't come to terms with the reality of what's happening here. And I didn't want to either. When I first realized it today, I'm like, I got butterflies. I'm like, oh my fucking God. Because you realize this person has a serious problem. And it's kind of scary, quite frankly. So A, P, and K, like I said, there's only one person Thank you very much, Victoria, who knows all of these people. And I'm sure some people in the comments, and it is sad. This is really fucking sad. It's just, it's embarrassing. I mean, it's just like, I was shook today. Like, I didn't publish a blog because I was so shook from coming to reality with this. I didn't want to believe this today. I did not want to believe this. And then I had no choice because I'm like, I can't, if this was presented to a jury, there's no way they would reach any other conclusion, but it's this person. So Aidan Blarney goes on to say, they said, this is great. I can't wait until this falls down around scumbag Aidan, begging for money instead of getting a job. I can't tell you how many times this week, this one person that I've trusted, this one person has told me to get a job. Like multiple times this week. They've said it in the Discord several times. They've written it in there and they've said, get a job. And I had a big argument about on Saturday morning. Thank you much, Johnny Mac. On Saturday morning, I went to go get a haircut and I talked to this person on the phone around 10 o'clock outside the barbershop. And this person repeatedly told me to get a job. They said, just give up the blog. If you can't make it happen without getting donations, because this person is very against donations now, all of a sudden, that doesn't believe that accepting donations is an acceptable business model, and that if you cannot run a business without donations, that you should not have a business, that you should get a job. They told me that so many times. So that when I see that, there's another obvious thing there, right? Begging for money. This is the same exact verbiage I've heard over and over and over again. And after a while, guys, you have to accept that it's not a coincidence, right? The best part is that all of your victims of this scam and have no clue or just don't care. Who out there right now, do you guys know, that is treating my followers, my former followers, like victims? Who is infantilizing them? You tell me that. What is going on in that Discord right now? Because here's the thing. The leader in the Discord group right now, and this is an actual thing that is being said in there right now, was that, quote, Turtle Boy has fans. We have friends. We're a family. That's actually what is being said over there right now. We don't have fans here. We have friends, like a kindergarten teacher. That's going on. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. It is literally grooming. It is creating an environment in which the person running the Discord is the savior. This person has a serious savior complex, right? The same person wanted to save Sam Cardin, right? And went to great lengths to lie that I did not pay for Sam Cardin's lawyer. If you watched the show the other day, you know it's undeniable that I did. So somebody asked, well, why would she say she did? Because she has a hero complex, guys. Because she herself was a victim of domestic violence and she overcame it. And now she wants to help and give back. It's what she wants to do, okay? And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but we have to come to terms with what is happening here. That is what is happening right now, okay? You can put your head in the sand and pretend that it's not, but it is. It's very narcissistic. And they go on. We will see in a week or two whether it's all legitimate, blah, blah, blah. Another thing that they said, right? How about jobless former teacher scams hundreds of brainwashed idiots? That's what they think of you, brainwashed idiots. The person behind this account thinks you're brainwashed idiots into paying for, I think I showed this one. Where is the one where, here it is, about the raffle. So, we were going to have an event at the Legion Post in Tadnick in Worcester. Didn't happen because scheduling conflicts, snow, a variety of things. And I was going to go there. I assumed that, Bristol would come. And, because I've gone to events with her before. We went to a thing in Taunton. We've done stuff like this together before. We're kind of like a team. And she told me I'm not going. She doesn't want to go. She said she doesn't believe in it. Like this idea of raising money for a for-profit business. She told me straight up, I have a problem with that. I have it in text. I have it in writing. She's told it to me verbally. She has a problem with this. She had a big problem with the fundraiser itself. And a big aspect of the fundraiser that she had an issue with was the fact that we were going to have a raffle. I was lectured about this several times, as were others who I talked to about this today, who were told, that it's illegal to have a raffle. Don't do the raffle. And I remember telling the person, I went through all my text messages today. I spent a lot of time going through my texts. And I told this person, man, call the cops. Yeah, it's only illegal if the cops come. That was my answer. And coincidentally then, Aidan Blarney shows up to the page and says the following. Says, Aidan Carney, you're such a moron. This is great. I sent this right to the AG's office. You can't hold a raffle unless it's for a registered non-profit. Who talks about non-profits a lot, guys? Who talks about non-profits a lot? Who's been accusing me of not understanding or, being too greedy to be a member of a non-profit that we were talking about starting? You tell me. For starters, it's a crime. And there's a fine. You also need a food license to have a food. And it needs to be commercially prepared and inspected by a board of health. Who is this person that knows all these things? Who is the know-it-all out there that knows everything? Always has an answer to everything. Always is an expert on everything. You tell me. Right? And notice, by the way, the little sneaky things that they do to kind of throw you off the scent here. Like, for instance, they spelled my name wrong. My name is spelled Aidan. And I've told this person several times that everybody spells my name wrong with an E. We've talked about it before. And there it is spelled wrong. Right? There's Carney spelled wrong. Little things spelled wrong. The run-on sentences. This was intentionally designed to look like a ratchet. But this ratchet knows way too much information, and they gave themselves away. They go on to say, you are everything you criticize others for and worse. Another criticism I've gotten heavily this week. That you're a GoFundMe guy too, right? So, time to get a job. There it is again. To pay for all the fines you're about to get hit with. Right? Do not have to be a nonprofit to, let's see, anything else this person wrote there. You don't need to, you do to hold a raffle, and you need to have certain permits and inspections. They have, but here's Turtle Turd, as usual, cutting corners to line his pockets. I mean, that's what I've been accused of by this person over and over again is, I'm a greedy money bags. I'm just taking your donations, guys, and I'm getting rich, and I'm going to Florida and shit, and I'm just living the baller life and shit. And they put the link to those, right? And to put my wife's page there too. I'm like, how does this person know that? If you go on my wife's page, which you wouldn't be able to see because she doesn't use my last name on there on purpose. That's what happens with your Turtle Boys, right? But this person would know what my wife's page looks like. And you can only see her cover or her, profile picture. The profile picture is Disney. And they specifically mention, go to her page, see the pictures of Disney. You won't see any pictures of me down there because I did not get any pictures. But she says that. Right? So it goes on. And then they talk about Brett. Once again, coming to the being the savior for Brett here. Aidan fired him for no reason. So he could go hold an illegal fundraiser instead. Because Brett wasn't a fan of the fundraiser. He called it the bake sale. He didn't like that. And so he said he totally fucked Brett. But now looks like he fucked himself too. LMAOOO. Too funny. Too funny. So, I noticed then, a lot of people, other Turtle Riders, you guys were all, it was like an old school Turtle Boy pile-on when Aidan Blarney shows up. Everybody shows up, makes fun of him and stuff like that. One of them shows up, a woman named Stacy, she's a Turtle Rider. She shows up and says, Aidan Blarney, what did he do to A, P, and K? Right? And so I contacted this person today because they're the only other person that put those things. And I said, where did you know those names? And she had a perfectly reasonable response. She knew those names because she was responding to a post that says those names. So I said, that's perfectly plausible, perfectly believable. They're literally copying and pasting, right? So, in case you guys haven't figured out yet, this person it's K. Peter, it's Bristol. And it pains me to say it because it's diabolical. It's like, it's sad. It's sick to go to this length to make a fake name that rhymes with mine and come on the page and try to sabotage it. This is 3 months ago, guys. 3 months ago. This split that happened this last week or whatever, This was months in the making. This was all planned out. This was all part of the plan. They probably wanted to do it sooner. They had no use. They were going to use my platform, build themselves up, make herself the hero and the champion of battered women, right? Go off to the Discord and hide in a little cubby where no one else can see him. Create a little culture down there with 1,000 people. A culture in which no one is allowed to question her. People are banned. I mean, this is what happens in there when people are banned. So this is, the screenshot I showed you of her posting my email or my text to her. And I said, I'm not threatening to dox anyone. You said you were going to weaponize P. If you do that, then you'll be doxing her. Except she didn't redact the name. It was right there for the whole world to see. A lot of you guys found out her name in that. She doxed her. She took it down when she realized, oops, I forgot to black that out. But a lot of people saw it. I got it on screenshot. So I haven't talked to South Shore Turtle Girl in over 2 years. I didn't speak to her directly tonight, but I spoke to her through someone. And this is the message that she sent. Because when she saw what I posted, she became petrified, guys. Petrified that I'm going to out her. Maybe she thinks I hate her. And I want to make it clear to her, if she's listening right now, I would never do that to you. Ever. I would never, ever, ever out any blogger. Ever. I'll die. Like, nobody knows the name of bloggers. I tell nobody except for Kate, because I confided in this woman. Shame on me. But I confided in this woman like I've never confided in a human being before. And I feel used. And I feel manipulated. And when I saw my wife being brought into this, go look at his wife's page. And I see that they're trying to sabotage the event. And on the way out, they're bad-mouthing me to advertisers. And you'll notice we have one advertiser now, don't we? You can do the math on that. So, I mean, like, the whole plan here was to sabotage. And if you recall, right? So back to South Shore Turtle Girl. Let me pull this up. This is the message that she sent. She said, she sends to a third party here. Would you mind letting him know that I messaged you and was blindsided? Anyone who ever knew me from the blog knew my biggest fear was getting outed. And to throw my name and my son's name, I guess, did she post her son's name? I don't know. I didn't see that. I can't comment on that. And to throw my name and my son's name in after almost 3 years for Kate? Jesus. Thank you. So this person's like freaking out, right? Because they see I'm posting, they think I'm going to out her. I'm not going to out you. Obviously, I would never do that. But if you recall when I did the live stream last Wednesday, who was in the comments threatening me with South Shore Turtle Girl? Well, South Shore Turtle Girl is going to come forward and we're going to out you and we're going to expose you and she's going to tell the truth and tell all. She hadn't spoken to South Shore Turtle Girl. She was just weaponizing her. Like she's weaponized a lot of people this week. Right? Like she takes followers, guys. And if you're one of them, I urge you to just step back. You might not like me. And that's why I'm trying to be polite tonight. I'm not being an aggressive turtle. I mean, you need to think about this here. Okay? The person who contacted Sam Carden, why did they do that? Who told them to do that? Bristol did. Michelle Olsen, when she showed up on my Facebook page last week, Michelle Olsen shows up on the Facebook page and demands to know where I went on vacation. Then, she says, at the bottom of it, she said that my friend in Napa gave a sizable donation. What account did that go into? Because I heard you mess around with your checking and whatever, business accounts. So I've talked to Kate about my checking and business accounts, how this works and stuff like that, how I save money on taxes. It's all legal. And the Napa thing, though, So I got a generous donation from a Napa donor, right? And this is well after the blogs were written, just to be perfectly clear. So I don't accept donations before a blog is written because that would be unethical. So this person Michelle writes on there and says, well, I taught my friend in Napa. Well, Michelle lives in Illinois. So how would she know someone in Napa? Well, guess who showed up? The Napa crew showed up, including the donor. The woman who actually donated the money showed up and said, I donated that money. I don't know you. And called Michelle out on it. Well, guess what? There's only one person who knew about Napa. It's the same person who knew, guys, about the bloggers' names and about all the other stuff. It's the same person. It's Bristol. I got so excited. I told Bristol everything for a period of 18 months there. She was my best friend and confidant. And I told her, like, oh, look at this donation. And every time I did something like that, she was just thinking in your head, this guy is a scam artist. I can't wait to use him, leave him, and then brainwash his followers. And that is what's happened. And I'm sorry if you find that word demeaning, but you need to open your eyes, guys. You're smarter than this. You're being called over there. We're not fans here. We're friends. What grade are you in? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So it keeps going on about that whole thing about P and some other things here that were done. So here's another thing that was posted. Kate takes the Aidan Blarney account and shares it on December 21st to Turtle Fam. She's never done this before, and she said, we should all report this guy or gal. I've known her for a long time. She has never done anything like this before. Ever. Ever. If you wanted to make yourself look like you weren't the guy or girl behind the account, sharing it would do that, right? But she's never, ever, ever done that before. Ever. She doesn't believe in getting rid of trolls. She likes to go at it with trolls. So she goes on there and puts that. And notice the colors behind Aidan Blarney. They're the exact same color scheme of Bristol Turtle Crew. And she's like, oh my fucking God, they did. They picked the same colors. It's insane. So, she's down here and messages me and it's like, dude, if you think that's, you're a fucking retard. I haven't posted about you, talked about you. I'm trying not to even fucking think about you. I don't plan to talk about you again, but she talks about me all the time in there. All the time. I'd also like to point out, guys, that, let me see if I got it in here. Now let's post these in here. Let's post these bad boys. This happened today. If you watched her live show on Sunday, right? Somebody asked, are you going to do a vlog? And she's like, no. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing a vlog. No. That changed quickly, right? She says, and this is, so let's look at some of these. This is the matriarchal thing that she's got going on here. It's not me I'm worried about. It's all the people who have been threatened here. It's not worth it. Let's move on and make fun content, guys. She's not worried about herself, guys. She's worried about you because she's selfless and she's a hero. And look what this brainless dolt, Masshole's wife, says. You the boss? Does that sound like a healthy relationship? You the boss? The other night, not a single person who saw the undeniable proof bothered to go in there like, hey, Kate, I got a question. Why'd you lie to me and turn me against Turtle Boy? Why'd you do that? I mean, people are coming at me with questions like demanding receipts of vacations. You have no problem asking me questions. Why are you afraid to ask her questions? Why is that? Ask yourself that. Because if you're in a situation where you're afraid to ask the leader questions, you might be in a cult and not even realize it. If you're in a situation where you're not called fans, we're called friends, you might be in a cult. You might be. It goes on to say, and Aidan hasn't let us go. I know because I get shit sent to me nonstop. What are you talking about? And this is the email. Where's Maddie H? Playing some of that fun cancel culture shit? Trying to involve my job now? Your fearless leader teacher that? AKA me. I sent Maddie H, of course. Don't you guys know that? But I'm the one that can't leave her alone. I'm the one that can't leave her alone. You know, Sugar H2O, whoever she is, says, I'd love if you eventually got back to writing. I do love to write. See, this is the praise. Ooh, I do love to write. See, I'm not going to start. Ooh, okay. Let's see where this goes. Yes, I will agree with being bored, waiting for my next contract. And you're so good at it. Yes, she is. And then she says, all of a sudden, the woman on who Sunday said, I'm not opening a blog, says, I have a meeting next week with my insurance agent regarding commercial liability insurance. Guess who never bought commercial liability insurance? Me. Guess whose number one complaint about me is that I never bought commercial liability insurance? Kate. Gee whiz. It's almost like this was the plan all along. Like this was literally, and it came to me today. Because I'm like, what do we even break up over? I'm like, you can't sell advertising behind my back. That's not a big deal. That's literally all I brought up. She's like, fine, I'm quitting. I'm going to my own. She was looking for a reason, guys. This was all planned. I feel used. I mean, I can't believe it when you trust somebody this much and they're making names about you, aliases, trying to sabotage you, talking about your wife. We'll be publishing all our expenses once a month on Patreon. Jesus. This was right after the show went up the other night, in which I, once again, showed that I did not lie about Sam. I thought it might resonate with them. I was wrong. And I bet you this won't resonate either. Because here's what a cult leader does in a situation like this, is they do not ever think of like apologizing or ending. They just keep digging. And they're like, how can I manipulate these people a little more? What lie am I going to tell them next to keep them strung along? And if you are doing that, guys, somebody who's doing something like that is sick and they need help. And if you're participating in that, you are contributing to their sickness. You're not a good person. You're not being nice. I know you think you're being nice. You're not. You're contributing to the problem. The fact that nobody is standing up and saying anything. This Bristol crew thing, I wanted them to succeed, but their leader needs help. So it goes on to say, motherfucker can't even proofread. Kate says, what a fucking retard. What a fucking retard. This is like, she wants it to end though, guys. She wants it to end. Oy. And some people started coming in after the show in the Discord and commenting and like, what's up with this? And she says, I banned them. She likes free speech though. Nothing shady about that. And Unchained whoever Unchained is a good soldier in the cult and says they're green. You'll notice this. There are various levels in the Discord, which is insane. There's red is the top. And then I think there's green and then purple and then white, I think, something like that. There's a hierarchy in there. If you get a higher color, you're allowed to go to different chambers in there and conversations become more hidden. And the top one is Bristol crew only. That's the one you want to get into. I mean, that's sick. You could talk shit about me saying, well, you accepts donations. But what I don't do is have a Patreon where I charge you to have access to me, which is what's going on here. Goes on to say, anyone, blah, blah, blah. I need to purchase a web domain, get insurance, and probably incorporate. They're incorporating, guys, just like that. They're incorporating. Wasn't that quick? But remember, it's not about the money. They don't like the money aspect of it, remember? They don't like that. They just want to have fun with their friends and make fun videos. They don't like money, but they're going to incorporate. Okay. A lot of and so it is what it is. And by the way, Mike Gaffney, I didn't even put these screenshots up. Mike Gaffney messaged them a couple days ago. Michael T. Gaffney. Remember him? To advertise on their show. And I could put the screenshots up if I want. You know what Kate said? She said, I'd take his money. And I can show you that screenshot if you like. I've shown it to some people and I couldn't believe it. She said, I'd take his money. The person who doesn't want the money is like, I'll take Michael T. Gaffney, who is the Antichrist. I will take his money. Make your own assumptions, guys. I do not want to keep doing this. But this is insane. We write about insane. She's become a Turtle Boy topic. Like if anyone else was out there doing this in the community, I would write about them. I would be much meaner. I can't be mean to her because even though she has just been awful, like to manipulate me like this, to plan this all out, to use me, to have it all planned out. And then on the way out, I'm going to do this. And to a degree, she's been successful because there's hundreds of people in there. And I'll tell you right now, but previously I said, people could come up to me and they're like, I'm going to watch your show and I'm going to watch your show. No, I don't want to hear that. If you're one of those people, you're part of the problem. Watch it without her. The other guys are good, like I said. She needs a fucking break from all this because it has gone to her head. A lot of people who have watched the show have told me that, and I never said anything because I wanted to let her do her thing, but you have no idea how many emails and messages I got from people like, dude, she's getting cocky on there. It's very obvious it's going to her head. And it is. It clearly is. And it's like you're not a good person by not telling someone the truth. So, anyway, you guys have any questions? I'll put it this way. Are there any Discord people in here? Let me start by apologizing to you. Maybe I should be polite to you. I'm sorry for calling you names. Because you were duped too. I was duped. I mean, nobody was more duped than me. This person was one of my best friends. One of my best friends. So are there any people in here that want to talk about this? Have you changed your mind at all? Am I preaching to the choir? Who knows? It's just insane. What a story, guys. I mean, this is an insane story. We've been trying to figure this out. How can I not talk about this? That we've been trying to figure out who this troll is who knows everything for 3 months. And oh yeah, it was my right-hand man. I'm not calling her. No way. No, she wouldn't. No way she'd answer. Western Mass Turtle Girl is showing up. And that's another thing. Here's another thing about that. She only named 3. The 3 she knew. She doesn't know Western Mass Turtle Girl's name. She doesn't know Merrimack Valley Turtle Bay's name. She doesn't know Shell Shocker's name. She doesn't know SJW Hunter. She doesn't know any of their names. We know Manch. Manch's name, I'm not going to dox Manch. Manch is a loser. But those are the only people she named. Notice that. Why didn't she name any of the other? Why did she just pick those 3? Just those 3. Because she didn't know the other ones. She didn't know the other ones. Welcome to the show, Western Mass. You're my favorite co-host. I told people that before. One of my favorite co-hosts. All right. I mean, this is just a wild story. Just a wild story. Can you elaborate on the emails you talked about earlier? So the emails, basically, to revisit this, a guy named Maddie Hatter emailed her at work complaining that she was shaming tenants in the Discord, which she was. When you look at this, it's incredibly unprofessional. Somebody who thinks they can do whatever they want, that they might do something like that. Maddie Hatter sends him an email, complains that my grandmother lives there or something like that. Kate writes back, like, don't ever, get snippy with him. Don't try to threaten me. The person writes back one more time. And then Kate writes back. And you guys want me to bring up what she wrote exactly? Because it was rather threatening. So we should really read this because I took it as a vague threat that could mean like a lot of different things here. So this is what the email said. So the original one, Maddie Hatter writes this to me. Hi, I don't know you. One of my friends follows your site. I guess he sent me screenshots from the site chat of this woman talking crap about residents at the place my grandmother lives. And when I emailed the company email on their website, the screenshots, the woman kept responding and saying stuff about you and threats. So figured you would want to know. I think you have to start at the bottom to read it in order. I might have to forward separate from this cause. It won't attach the whole email. Please keep my name out of this. I'm just genuinely mad. It's a fake account. Maddie Hatter. Who would write that? Keep my name out of this. And once again, it's in like this run-on sentence form, which is rather suspicious, to be perfectly honest with you. Rather suspicious that this person becomes a victim, goes and cries to it in the Discord. And knowing what I know about her now, yes, I don't have proof that she wrote this. Gun to my head, I think she wrote this. Right? Goes on to say, share some of the screenshots of her, shaming old people. And it said to her, she writes back to the guy, you're assisting in establishing record of punitive damages. She thinks she's so smart. So thank you for that. It's not punitive damages, Kate. That's not how the law works. When you seek out and harass a resident over misconstrued messages over an anonymous messaging platform, you will further establish claims. She's a freaking attorney. And she goes on to say, considering everything that is about to come Aidan Carney's way, I'm sure he will doubly appreciate your efforts and their outcomes. Everything that is about to come Aidan Carney's way. What's going to come my way, Kate? So I got this email and I immediately sent it to her. I'm like, look at Kate. I want to be perfectly clear here. I got forwarded this email this morning. I had nothing to do with this. She ignored me all day. She ignored me until this happens. Until this came out. All of a sudden she emailed me back and was like, let's move on. Let's be peaceful. Thank you. She thanked me a couple times. It was sad to watch because it's like, dude, I got you, man. Just come clean. And I told her, I'm like, if she had come clean, I wouldn't even be doing this show right now. I would make a deal with her, end the Bristol show. It's cancer for you. It's not good for your mental health. But I wouldn't put you on blast like this. You need this. You need to see, the people need to see this. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Other questions? I'll try to answer as many as I can. We got a big crew tonight. Most views you've ever had, and it's about Bristol. I know, seriously. I'd like to have a thing where we talk about politics or whatever and people show up, but it is what it is. I guess people like the drama. She's not the devil. She's just manipulative. Oof. I feel so freaking wrong. I can't even... Is anyone in here still supporting her? I mean, I'd be curious to hear if you are, why you are. So I approached her because I thought her comments were good. I often approach people. That's how I got North Shore and Merrimack, is they had good comments. And I'm like, you're pretty witty. How'd you like to write? And, she's jumped at the opportunity. And then, she did good for a while. And then the Sam Cardin thing happened, and it started going to her head, I think, the hero complex. And then when the YouTube thing, I never should have allowed the YouTube thing. I should have said from the beginning, Kate, I hired you to blog. So blog. But I'm like, oh, go ahead. I figured the more channels we have, the more mediums we have to spread the message, the better. Right? Thank you, Johnny Mac. Obviously. But I had no idea that this would happen, obviously. Yeah, and Tina puts it best. I just can't stand the fake people that say, I want this to stop, but keep going behind my back. And it's not even behind my back. It's Discord. They kicked me out the other day. I just made a new name. And I'll just keep doing it. Because I don't, it's not that I'm obsessed. I want to know that it's over. Once they stop talking, because that's where they organize the troops and send people at Turtle Boy, is the Discord. It's like going into Afghanistan to take out the Taliban, because that's where they are. So you gotta keep an eye on that. On a scale of Casey Anthony to Jerry Sandusky, how much would you trust Bristol around kids? I would trust her around kids fine. She's a good mother. I don't know why she's doing this. Anything else? I support her because you're gaslighting. I've known too many people like you. Okay, so John doesn't believe me. So there we go. Are you the last blogger at Turtle Boy? I am. I'm solo for now, and quite frankly, I'm going to stay solo for a little bit. I'll take some tryouts if people want to try out. I'll read them. I'll get back to you. Give me time. But I just need time to regroup a little bit here. And it's come to the point where I'm like, I'm the only person I could trust. I'm starting to have trust issues after this, and I think a lot of you would too. Yeah, Bristol Murchison, the advertiser aspect, I don't even want to go there, but it's like, yeah, that hurt a lot. When you make the sale and you keep good relations with the customer, and then one of your employees decides to become friends with them for some reason. Friends. Everybody's friends around here. And then that happens. what's the motive? What's the end game? The end game is, I don't even think she wants money because she got a job and I'm sure she makes fine money. The end game is just she gets off on being the savior. She has a serious savior complex. That is the goal. And she wants to and she loves to be the center of attention. Loves it. It's narcissistic. That's what it is. It's narcissism. And she can't admit it, and she just deflects every time and says, well, you're the one doing it. I mean, it's amazing to watch it happen, and it's effective. She's done a great job in there, particularly with women, because most of the people who have left are women, right? And a lot of them in there the other day in the Discord were saying about me that, I mean, I'll read one to you. I'm not going to say the names, but I'm like, is that how I came off? So if you see me tonight making a concerted effort to be more laid back, that is because I do not want them to be able to say things like this. Took me 11 years to leave him and 2 years of therapy. Everything Aidan does, his body language, how he speaks, he's a narcissist to the fullest. Pretty sad that a person in which their business revolves around exposing shitbags, ripping them to shreds, cannot manage or handle a disagreement or criticism. He literally pulled the libel card. Yes, I did, because she libeled me. She lied about the Sam thing, and Taryn Alyssa, who goes by Toast Malone, in the Discord, and enough of this anonymous name bullshit. If you're going to come at me, use your freaking name, cowards. Taryn Alyssa writes in there, that she posted in there that she was a subscriber, that she got the ad free, and she's canceling it. She wrote that. That was literally a confession for libel. You go to a judge, you're like, she lied. Where's your damages? Right here. This person canceled it. That's libel. Okay? Open and shut. But I'm not going to go there because I don't really have time for that. Right? And so other people say, I wish I could help, but my give a fuck-o-meter is broken. This level of fuckery is beyond my level of patience at this point. Everything was fine until he tried to make me stick up for him last night. Now I'm mad and could care less how he looks. I can't waste another second of this shit. This was one. This person had a wrench. This person was one of the admins on the YouTube wrote this. I'm turning in my wrench. And this person was a fan of Turtle Boy long before Bristol came around. She also happens to be a victim of domestic violence, which is what she preys on, become the mama of these women. And they all come to her. All the women and Maddie Mo. I mean, Maddie Mo's pretty much a chick at this point because he's in there doing the same things. There was one more comment I found very interesting. What'd she say? Whatever. I mean, that blog could be completely swapped for him instead of Kate and more accurate. What else are they saying? If he could bring, this is what Kate says to Maddie Mo after I did that show where I brought all the proof. If he could bring any proof, that would be cool. I literally just brought proof. And they're just like, I didn't see nothing. Oi. Here it is. This is the one. Whatever is said behind closed doors should stay there. You're not blasting him. You're having a conversation. Discord is not behind closed doors. I wonder if he's mentioned you at all behind those doors. He was wearing an orange sweatshirt that he referred to as a jailhouse jumpsuit. So that triggered people that I guess I'm making jokes about my orange jacket the other day. I made a joke that it's a jailhouse jumpsuit. They go, whatever is, let's see. I've stayed neutral, but this is on a whole other level. I was stuck for over 10 years, and it took 6 to heal. The way he spoke last night made me uncomfortable. The way he was speaking about Kate, knowing how she's been treated in the past, is uncalled for. See what I'm saying? They run to her defense. We must protect Kate. He's being mean to her. He's raising his voice. We must protect Kate because Kate is a battered woman. She got beat up 15 years ago, so no one can ever criticize her anymore. Asking a question does not make me a sheep or afraid of Kate. But if you're afraid to question Kate, then it does. You can ask me any questions you want, but you should ask them back to her. Right? First, he says his lawyer does free consults, yet he required a $300 fee. Yeah, he does free consults. A free consult means you come into your office and you talk. You don't do a free consult in the courtroom. Again, if you ever want anything clarified, just come to me. I'm not the boogeyman. I'm not going to bite you. I don't hit women. I came from a family with 3 sisters and a mother who I love, okay? And I would never even dream of that. I'm like on the completely other side of that. I didn't grow up seeing domestic violence. My dad is like one of the most lovable guys in the world. It's like that is so foreign to me, the concept of domestic violence. So it's like, I mean, this is madness. This is absolute cult. If you're in it, get out of it. That's all I'm going to say. You're not helping yourself and you're not helping her more than anything. What else are people saying? Oh my God, this has gone too far. Now, Maslow's wife. So I've been rude to you. I apologize for being rude to you. And I was snippy because people are asking questions, quite frankly, that are none of their business. It's none of your business where I go on vacation, quite frankly. And if it is, you're wrong. But if you have a legitimate question you'd like to ask, I'd be happy to answer it for you. Because if you are going back in there, Turtle Boy, if you're that upset about losing subscribers, why don't you reach out to them? I have. I reached out to Ashley. I've reached out to another person, another woman about 10 minutes ago before the show started. I have reached out to about 10 to 12 people in that group. The only person I reached out to and was like, fuck you, was Maddie Mo, because I don't want to get along with Maddie Mo. Maddie Mo's a pussy. I have no desire to talk to him. I don't want to be friends with him. Any other questions that you guys have? So, was that your question, Massel's wife? It's not just that I'm losing subscribers. First of all, I'm not losing subscribers. I'm gaining subscribers. I've gained a lot of subscribers this week. It's that I'm losing people that I valued. I love seeing the big names in the comments. It's like I could tell you off the top of my head, like the 20 turtle writers who comment the most, who are most active. I like them a lot. I don't want to lose them. Seeing them just leave and go and follow the Pied Piper, that's not easy to take. Even though, it's just 20 people, I could let them go. But I like those 20 people. And it's like if they were leaving for a legitimate reason, I wouldn't be upset. But they're leaving because they're being deceived. And that is my problem. And I have reached out to many of those people. I haven't reached out to you because I don't know you. And you're not really a turtle rider. You're an auditor person who came on with Kate. What else are people asking? Anything else? Did G.I. Turtle quit? He was funny. We'll have him back on. We're going to do a rotation. I left because of how you acted towards me. So, okay, once again, I've said I'm sorry for calling you whatever I called you, a dipshit, whatever I called you. I apologize for that. I do not apologize for snapping at you because you had no right. You asked me about my vacation. You have to show me. And no, I have to show you nothing. Where I go on my vacations is none of your business, period. It's it. So maybe I should have said it like that instead of saying dumbass, whatever I said. But let me be very clear. If I go to Disney World, it is none of your business. Anything else? I asked you once if you had a fallout with Bristol, if you'd be scared. You said you'd be terrified. Are you a little worried? Yes, I'm worried for her mental health. She created a fake name that rhymes with my name and used it to troll the Turtle Boy pages for several months in order to try to sabotage us because if she wanted to vocalize her opinions, but she had to do it anonymously. I'm worried about anybody that does something like that, quite frankly. Would you be interested in talking about sport ball on my blog? Talk to me after, Zach. We'll talk after. Anything else? Don't get mad at people when they ask the same question over and over again because you should. If you want your question answered, I don't scroll back up. So I just see, I ask, what's, Fupa Mike? Hold on. That better? Let me know if it's better. Why do you... what happened to Lorena Cali? I gotta follow up on that today. I was so busy today. I heard she got out. I'm going to follow up on that tonight. You just stated that you made a fake name to be on the Discord. Same thing. No, it's not, because I don't comment. That's the difference. I don't comment. If you make a fake name to comment, it's because you want to say something. If you make a fake name just to be on there, it's because you want to be on there. And if you use a real name, they're going to kick you out. Very different. You avoid the difficult questions. Ask away, my friend. I'm happy to answer anything. Unlike some people, I welcome questions. Oh, wait. You guys aren't my fans, by the way. You're my friends. Friends to the end. Does anyone hold a wrench? Diane Woods Emerson had one, but she's another one that turned away. Just jumped on ship, another one. So I guess we're going to have some new wrenches in here. A part 2 to the Milford firefighter. I don't know what else I would say about that. That was a crazy story. The Milford firefighter one, real quick. I tussled with that about what Bristol and I disagreed about whether or not that blog should be written. And I understood the argument that if we start writing about bad people who cheat and stuff like that, it could open doors we don't want to go down. But that was in the news. That guy was very popular, and the amount of people, more than anything, that were reaching out to us, furious. Oh my God. And I didn't write about it. I'm like, maybe she'll stop. And then she got so much worse. So much worse. Erin says she feels like my friend. Well, good. Thank you. Can you talk about the gift gasket? You said, Sam, that was we call that sarcasm. So accountability for Vermont. When I was asked about, and I'll happily answer your questions. When you guys came in here that first night and you're like, did you pay for Sam? I'm like, did we pay for Sam? I hadn't even thought about Sam Cardin in a year, or that funner. That blog is well over a year old. And so I'm like, did we pay? Were we supposed to pay for Sam? I think that's what I said. Were we supposed to pay for Sam? And I said, were we supposed to get her a gift basket or something? I don't know. That's all I was saying. It was sarcasm. Were we supposed to get her a gift basket? What am I supposed to do for Sam? Literally, Sam, she was in court for 10 minutes and Ryan dropped it against her. What on earth did Sam Cardin need money for? You guys tell me that. She didn't need it. My lawyer went in there. I paid him $300 to be there because it wasn't our court date. It was hers. We were there to support her. And he told her what to say. She said it. And Ryan dropped it against her. That's it. There's nothing more for Sam Cardin to need there. My thing with Ryan went on for another. Still going on. So hopefully that answers your question. Lorena Callie has been in jail this whole time, and I'm told she's getting out. I'm going to look into that. So, Tay's auditors laugh like hell. He says, I asked away and still wasn't answered. This is what they love to do. They come in here, I asked and he didn't answer, so he's hiding something. It's then keep asking, dude. I get a million freaking responses here. You're being disingenuous, sir. How do you level up in Discord to get the inner chat? It's very simple. You just kiss ass. That's all you do. Or you can pay. If you pay to join the Patreon, then I think you go right to the top. But remember, they're not in it for the money. They're friends. Will you bring back Western Mass Turtle Girl? Absolutely, in a heartbeat. Once the Azadnia thing's over. Period. Because I'm not trying to get anyone else into my shit. It's pain enough for me. And if I brought another co-defendant in, it's not like it would cut my shit in half. You know what I mean? It would just add more shit on. You don't cut the rap in half. Yeah, Tom says this. It's amazing that you're reaching out to people who jumped in the pool. I want to. I don't want to preach to the choir. I want to talk to people that are not seeing. I feel it's insane. I've thought about this a lot because it's literally a psychology lesson of what's going on there. Go and check it out yourself. And it's been shared by the page. And quite frankly, and I've thought about this a lot today, and she said this before, Bristol Turtle, if I want to make a deal out of that, I can. I own Bristol Crew. Okay? I named that. I branded that under my label, Turtle Boy Sports. I own it. I own the Facebook page too. I own all the property. If you want to go off and start your own thing, then start your own thing. You do not get to use Turtle Boy names and things that are owned by my business. And I pay taxes. I do all that stuff already, right? This is a business, believe it or not. Sarah says, your income isn't any of our business. Lawyers or hookers do whatever you want. We aren't getting audited. You shouldn't either. Absolutely. The Discord doesn't talk about you until you go and do streams like this. Absolutely not true, Fiona. That's just patently not true. It's just patently not true. Because, we made amends. Kate did her show on Sunday night, right? And we were done. I did a nice, peaceful show Saturday. I was nothing but, I said, everybody be nice to Kate. That was the theme of it. I like Kate a lot. She's a good friend. Be nice to Kate. That's what I said. She came on her show and said the same thing. Everybody be nice to each other, blah, blah, blah. And then she went right back to the Discord. And she started bringing up memes and old shit. So that, Fiona, it's not true. If you're saying, if that's what you truly believe, you're not facing reality. You have to face reality. Go and look at it. She is the one that is doing this, not me. I could ignore it, certainly. But I can't ignore it when I wake up in the morning and I get emails from Maddie Hatter, which is probably Bristol. Mommy Rodriguez says, I've been a fan for 4 years and you covered a blog on a girl who literally made my friend's life hell. You exposed her and karma finally got hers. Happy to help. Happy to help. She was one of the Phoebe Prince, the South Hadley bullies, the suicide bullies. Yeah, I don't know how to even make people mods, but I can make, some people. I mean, I don't even know what power you have as a mod, What kind of business airs personnel issues in public? Okay, well, let's see. The New England Patriots, the Boston Red Sox, the Boston Bruins, the Boston Celtics, literally every professional sports franchise ever. Barstool Sports, Deadspin, the New York Times, all of them. That's what they all do. They all air personnel issues. Private companies do that often. Public companies don't. If teachers, they don't talk about it as much, right? But private companies do it all the time. And at Turtle Boy, it's like, are you suggesting we don't have a right to? Of course we do. That what we do at Turtle Boy is we talk about things, right? And I didn't talk about the other people even, did I? Because nobody else went and took Turtle Boy followers with them and brainwashed them with propaganda. Nobody else did that. So that's the only reason that was aired. Nobody's talking about you in Discord. It's simply not true, Masshole's wife. I got the screenshots. I can show you afterwards if you'd like. It's simply not true. Is Gaffney still married to that troll? Gaffney's got like a girlfriend, but Kareem likes the post sometimes. It's really weird. And now I thought Gaffney was out of my life for good now that he's got a girlfriend, but apparently he's trying to advertise on the Bristol show. So he's back. I don't think he'll ever go away. If you get full-time with Jerry, will the blog suffer? No, I think I could still manage it because, I'm out of the house at 5:30 because you got to beat that Boston traffic. If you leave at 6, you're going to hit it. So I leave at 5:30. I try to get there for like 7:15. And, we're done by 9:30. I'm home for 10:30, 11. Do some blogs, keep it going. So I could picture that still maintaining, All right. Anything else? What about that woman from Jefferson? Okay, so there's a woman that lives on my street in Sterling. And I was going to write this is on my list today to write things to write about. She was arrested, guys, for, she's a teacher or something at Norbeck Elementary School for taking pictures of boys' buttocks, little boys who were peeing in the bathroom. Now, this is how people are outraged about it, obviously. It's like a sexually charged crime, whatever. So I do have an opinion on that, and I don't think it's the majority of opinion. When you go on this woman's Facebook page, I have never seen anyone as addicted to selfies as this woman. Go and look at her page. Ever. Thousands of selfies. Every single place this woman goes to, she takes a selfie. So she's in there. The kids are probably 4. She's required to bring them into the bathroom. And I think she took a selfie. And the kids were in the background. And another teacher walked in and saw her doing it and thought the worst. That's what I'm guessing. I could be completely wrong. I'd have to see the police report. But that to me seems like the most plausible thing in my opinion. It's still inappropriate. You don't ever take a picture, a selfie in the bath. I mean, it's like an addiction, selfies. That is my opinion. I'm willing to stand corrected on that one if she's actually a pervert. But I actually, like that chick lives 2 miles from me up the road. I go running in the woods a lot over here. And there's a trail that ends up, I cut through their lawn constantly. I've probably seen this woman a million times before. Do I have paperwork to prove what, Fiona? What are you talking about? Yeah, I mean, I've totally proven every single day, but they're not happy. I mean, you guys see this? We're all disappointed, Masshole. I'm very disappointed that that she felt the need to make a Facebook page called Aidan Blarney. I'm very disappointed in that. You know? Brian C. says, as a freelance author, a.k.a. gun for hire, I need to applaud and thank you for all you do. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Please show me where they talked about you. Let's see. All right, anything else? I'm going to try to... I can't read all these. Holy shit. It disappeared the other night, huh? Who has access to my email? Just me. I'm the only one with access to my email. Do you own the rights? Yes, because, I mean, I'm going to have to talk to an attorney about that, quite frankly, because, I mean, I have it in writing that she said that you branded Bristol Crew. This was your idea. You told me to do this. This is you. So it was all done. It was Bristol Crew was broadcast on the Turtle Boy channel. I'd have to talk to a lawyer about how that works, because I do have a problem with merchandise being sold from do it yourself. That's all I'm saying. You want to make your own brand? Do it yourself. Don't build it off of me. Start your own damn Facebook page like I did. Turtle Boy started from the ground up. I had 0 followers when I first started. It's like me and my brothers on here, a couple friends. And that's how you do it. You don't go piggybacking off of someone else, use their fame, and then go and make your own thing. That's not what you do. That's cheating. Do I have paperwork showing any rights to the Bristol Group? Like I said, I'd have to talk to an attorney about that. Why don't they just come up with their own name? She said Bristol's her slave name anyway. Quite frankly, why doesn't she just give it up? That's the big thing. I mean, that if you guys are still thinking, yeah, Bristol Crew's still going to go on, you're missing the picture here. Bristol Crew is the problem, not the whole crew. But she needs a mental health. It's not good for her, guys. It might be good for you because you find her entertaining and shit. It's not good for her. Look what she's doing. That's not good. Yes, Aidan Blarney was her, Sarah. That's correct. Why do you keep saying Pam Martin, Ethan? What's wrong? I love Pam. What are you talking about? See, Taze goes, and this is just proves you can't win them all, and you can't get mad about it. He says, good night all. Looking at a scorned man is hard to take. And he'll go back. He'll go into the Discord, and he'll report into Kate, and she'll say, ugh, he's so out of control. Ugh, he's so obsessed. And the cycle will continue. But I think enough people, reasonable people, will see this and be like, wow, what did I do? What have I done? What I believed in Turtle Boy for years, and I left it for this? This is madness. All right, anything else? And you fared so well with this. Ha ha, laughable. Well, I haven't taught in 6 years, so I'm not rich or anything, but I get by, you know? I'm still here. That's all I got to say. I'm still here. Like the Patriots. Still here. More gaslighting. They learned a new word, folks. They learned a new word. Gaslighting. Wasn't it discussed that Paul was behind the Blarney account? So, we talked about this earlier, about Paul would be the Maxwell. whatever, Richard and Volva. No, Paul could not have been behind the Blarney account because I know as a fact he didn't know the names of the two other bloggers. He didn't know South Shore names. He didn't know North Shore names. Didn't know those names. If you didn't know those names, you couldn't have been Aidan Blarney. It's impossible. Do the math. There's no way he could have done it. No way. And not only that, like, that guy was up my ass being like, trying to figure it out. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. I don't care. Because people were accusing him of being it. And he's like trying to vindicate himself. And he's like, it's fucking this person. It's this person. Trust me. Just accept it, guys. Why are you going so hard? You saw all the evidence I did. I mean, I'm not going to go. I just spent an hour and a half going over all that evidence. If that wasn't enough for you, you can't be convinced. If that wasn't enough for you, you're in a cult. Just accept it. Yeah, gaslighting really is a top 3 word in the victim vocabulary. It's so high right now. Yeah, Paul also owns the Terry account. That's correct. He had access to your account. Who had access to my account? Oh, Paul did? To what account? To the Terry account? Well, I didn't communicate with North Shore Turtle Baby. First of all, South Shore Turtle Girl, I haven't talked to her in 2.5 years. And when I did, she didn't have a Facebook page. She wasn't on Facebook. So it couldn't. There's no way. I mean, you guys keep trying. Just stop. I mean, I know you really want to find out. You really don't want to. And I get that. I get that. You've looked up to this woman. And to accept the reality of this all is to accept that you are dealing with a sick individual and you don't want to believe that. I get that. Believe me, I do. I wouldn't want to believe that either about somebody I really liked and respected and trusted. But you have to. There's no other way around it. It's the facts clearly in the evidence. It's undeniable. Undeniable. Bristol has moved on. You should do. On what planet has she moved on? Oh, these poor people. They're so lost. They're so lost, guys. Oh, no, she has not. Oh, God. Yeah, the Abrams thing. I mean, the whole channel. I mean, it's literally, it's like autism on steroids. It's like their obsession with Josh Abrams. What happens if he dies tomorrow? Then you're going to be obsessed with Bucket Boy? And then what? You're going to find some frauditor in Houston? They did a couple blogs on it, and nobody read them. Nobody cared. It's like, I mean, it's not a product that's built to do well, but more, I mean, unless they switch up the content, I don't know. Anything else? She's moved on from you. Okay, Melanie. You tell yourself that. I mean, you guys have become ratchets. I mean, look at yourselves. Literally, look what Kate has demeaned herself to. This is ratchet behavior. This is like ratchet madness behavior. Don't do it. Examine yourself. Look at it. Accept the fact that you might be wrong. So Billy Keller wants to call in. Okay, you want to call in, Billy? He goes to make a quick point in your favor. Call in. Come on, call in. Let me pull the Facebook page up. You can call in. Give me 1 sec. Give me a call if you'd like to call in. Or anyone else. This show's going a little late, but that's okay. We still got a good audience here. Holy cow. All right. Hold on 1 sec, but let me get the speakerphone on. All right, what's happening, man?
Or anyone else. This show's going a little late, but that's okay.
You're going to have to turn the volume down, dude.
Hello,
what's up, dude?
can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's going on? What do you got?
All right. I'm an old boomer.
Okay.
Early, mid-60s.
Yeah, we don't need the whole speech. What do you got?
No, okay.
Yeah.
The only thing that bothers me, I'm a big fan of the truth.
Okay.
Everybody says that you're bringing up old discords.
What's old discords?
They're saying that you're bringing up discords that are like real old.
Some of them are, the oldest things possibly said in there are 1 week old. Nothing is older than 1 week old. Several of them are from the last 24 hours. Some of them are the last 48 hours. What does that matter?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was my point. Was that in the discords, it shows stuff that's like 12, 8, 7, 20 hours old.
Yeah. And if they'd like, I think the argument that they're trying to make is, well, she stopped a long time ago. You're bringing, I assume that's the argument they're making. If you guys would like, I will go through it and I will show you several times in the last 24 hours where Kate has escalated this. Today she writes the thing about Maddie Hatter, right? About like whatever, like Aidan did this and this. It's like that's escalating again.
In the comments. So they're being scripted, they're being fed, they're being told right this minute, they're being spoon-fed right this minute. Keep saying it, keep saying it, keep saying it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's just a guess. That's all.
Right. It wouldn't surprise me because that is the pattern here. When Michelle came and she asked me about the whatchamacallit, when she asked me about the Napa thing, she was sent, right? When Ashley went and asked Sam Carden about that, she was sent. That's a theme that's going on here. People are being sent. So it is what it is, you know? But anyway, thanks for calling, man.
All right, take care.
Bye. All right, anything else, guys? What do we got? Quite the crowd tonight. We should get a turtle hotline. I mean, I don't have the technology they do. I'm a little old school. You call up my phone. Sarah Roy's calling up. Okay, I love Sarah. Oh, wait, did I hang up on you? Okay, Sarah, I'm going to call you right back. Hold on. See what Sarah's got to say.
Aidan.
What's up, Sarah?
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you doing? What do you got?
My life.
You what?
My life.
Yeah, you're live. Oh, yeah.
All right. I just want to let everybody know if you're riding the fence, then you're not a true turtle rider because you could pick one side, you could pick the other, but then you're a small business owner herder, and that's not cool. You can't possibly ride both sides. You can't do that. I completely,
you know, and for a week I tried to play nice, and I said go to both. But at this point, when the other one is intentionally the leader, not the other guys who seem to have no say in anything. When the leader is intentionally trying to sabotage your business, then if you tell me that you're going to both, that means you're a traitor.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And you could say all day long, "Oh, I'm going to ride both. I like both. But if you're at all riding the other side, then you're intentionally hurting you, and that's not cool.
Not cool.
Yep. You're intentionally hurting a business. You're hurting the business that started it all.
You're also hurting her. You're hurting her. You're also
a loser.
Yes.
So good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd argue that they're also.
Get the fuck out of here, as far as I'm concerned.
I love it.
Like really.
I mean,
You can't ride both sides on the train.
I would argue that they're also hurting her because they're like feeding into it. It's like she doesn't. Oh, yeah. It's like a disease, you know. Stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't ride. I'm afraid of getting blogged about. I'm afraid of this person talking this about it. Then you're a loser. Then you know what? Then you're hurting you, and that's not fucking cool. You're not on the right side.
Not cool at all. Not cool. God, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. that. All right, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate it. I love you too. All right, anybody else got anything to say? Let's see. Isn't the Bristol Crew tagline "Question everything"? It seems to be the case. We've done a lot of questioning here tonight, for goddamn sure. I'll tell you that much. A lot of questioning. All right, anything else? Basically, her whole thing was if you're on this whole thing where you're supporting both, you're not. You're not, because one is trying to sabotage the other. So by saying that you're supporting that, you're actually not. You're supporting somebody who's trying to hurt our business, who took an advertiser away. Let's be honest. I mean, yeah, they tried. I mean, look at all the people she tried to throw under the bus. Sam Carden, South Shore Turtle Girl she tried to throw under the bus, who's freaking out. Is he going to dox me? Like, freaking out. That's not cool, man. I mean, what do you supporters have to say about that? How do you justify the South Shore Turtle Girl aspect of it? Jerry didn't seem too happy. It's T-O-O, Fiona Lee. So Fiona Lee's not a smart person. Too happy at you taking shots at Minifans today. So Jerry told me before I went on the show, I'm like, I want to talk about Kirk's loyalty because Kirk did a whole thing about loyalty with Jerry. He's going at Jerry. And I'm like, we got to jump into this, obviously. And Jerry's like, no, I want to do sports and politics. Jerry likes sports and politics, and that's fine. But I had a rant about loyalty because nobody knows who Bob Murchison is without Turtle Boy here. Nobody. I was the one. Nobody's had Kirk Minahan's back more than Turtle Boy. Nobody. Nobody was going to write about what Bob Murchison did to him. I've had Kirk Minahan's back from day one. And all I would like just once is invite me on your podcast. Didn't happen. Rich Kelleher got an invite, not me. So I was going to say that about loyalty. He wants to take shots at Jerry's loyalty. I would say, what's up with that, Kirk? That's all I'm saying. Because Jerry doesn't fight back. I'll fight back. Jerry's an older guy. Jerry's like 20 years older than me. We're different generations. There's a big generational gap there. Kirk is more my generation. So I'm ready to go at it with Kirk. Whenever. It's all love, though. And if Kirk's not fighting with you, then he doesn't like you. That's how he shows affection. He don't want me to call. I want anyone to call Masshole's wife. If you'd like to call, you are more than welcome to. Did Jeffrey Epstein kill himself? Of course not. Don't be ridiculous. Well, Kirk only liked me because I said during that whole thing with Jerry that Kirk's a loyal guy because what Kirk did that was very loyal. He was very loyal to Steve Robinson. When they were about to get fired by Dave Portnoy over Ben Albright-gate, he said, if you fire Steve, I'm out too. And I respect the hell out of him for that because Kirk Minahan's kind of a superstar, and who the hell is Steve Robinson? He could have been like, see you later, I'll get a new producer. But that was fucking, he gained a ton of respect from me. I had respect for him before that. I have much more, infinite respect for Kirk Minahan for the way he handled the Steve Robinson thing. And I always will. I mean, that is fucking ballsy. And Jerry did not do that with him. I will give him that. But you know what? Jerry needed a job too. It is what it is. Not everyone's as ballsy as Kirk Minahan. What's your most memorable ratchet of 2019? It's got to be Lorena Cowley, right? I mean, it's got to be. Who's more ratchet than her? Anything else? Yeah. I can't call. It won't let me. We aren't friends. So my Facebook name, if you'd like to send me a whatchamacallit, a friend request, is Terry Colley. Give you a minute to do that if you'd like. You send me a friend request. I'll accept it. And you can call. So don't forget to support our sponsor too, guys. Andrew Porter Contracting, Roofing in Charlton. Go over ahead and like their Facebook page. Shannon has sent me a friend request. I am confirming it there, and she is now free to call. So if you'd like to call, call up. I'm not going to answer any questions about who's a sponsor and who's not. If I do a read for them, they're a sponsor, obviously. Okay, so here we go. Hold on, let me put you on speakerphone. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Hello, how are you? Do I call you Shannon? What do I call you?
Are we gonna talk or are we gonna yell? Like, I just want to know what the vibes.
We're just gonna talk.
Okay, cool. Because I really am not in the mood to yell. My voice is already gone.
Me neither, as you can hear. So what's up? What do you got?
Cool. So let me clarify a few things for you. Number one, nobody told me not to follow you, start with you, say anything to you. That was all me. Okay? And I'm going to own that, and that's on me. Okay? When I originally, I think I said it on YouTube, I just asked you a question and was like, I don't understand why. I forget exactly what I said, but it was something like, why should I listen? Why do you get to question everybody, but nobody gets to question you? I don't understand.
Yeah.
And I didn't mean that maliciously, but I think because of the way things have gone, that you took it that way.
Yeah, I mean, I was on edge.
Yeah, no, and I get that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't at the time, but I've been watching and seeing how things have been going, and I'm like, wow, this dude's really stressed.
Yeah, and so you know.
I'm letting you know, like, I understand that. I
okay.
didn't at the time,
well, thank you.
I get it now.
And I'm sorry for jumping down your throat.
It's fine.
You
Okay.
know what I mean? Like, done.
Mhm.
Okay? I want you to know that I had seen, like, I seen you were going to go live tonight, and so I went and mentioned something in Discord and was like, what's going on tonight? Everybody told me not to talk about you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody, that's why I had to go and deleted it, because I was like, whoa.
Okay.
You know, like, okay, we're not talking about Turtle Boy anymore. Got it.
Okay.
You know? I can only speak for myself and what I've seen.
Yep.
And I have not seen people talk about you.
I have.
I tried to mention your name. Well, they did. They did about 2 or 3 shows ago.
No, they did today. Bristol did several times today.
Well, and again, I don't live on Discord, so...
She does, and that's the problem.
Maybe I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I can just tell you, like I said, from my perspective and what I've seen, like, I went to say something about you and I was told not to.
Right.
You know, so I went and deleted it, and I even told everybody, I was like, I deleted it, like, it's okay, you know, calm down.
Yep.
Not that anybody was being mean, they weren't, but
Yeah.
I didn't want, you know what I mean, I don't want to be involved.
Yep.
You know, I really think that you and Bristol need to have a conversation when things die down.
Maybe, but you know what? I mean, it's going to have to start with a serious apology from her for making up a Facebook page and writing incendiary things on. I mean, that's where the conversation must start.
How do you know it's not somebody that like just wants to start shit?
I just spent an hour and a half outlining the facts.
And I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to outline it again.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you to consider that it is possible somebody is starting shit, because I mean,
it's not possible. Look at. It's not possible, because no one knows the names of the 3 bloggers. No one besides her. No one. It's impossible. You can't do it. You can't come up with a situation in which someone would know those names except for Bristol. No one else knew I was in Disney except for Bristol. She's the only one that knew those things.
Okay, but can we agree that the 2 of you have thrown some shots, right?
They're not equal shots.
The 2 of you have been going at it.
My shots are legitimate criticisms of the way she's handled this. I did not create a fake Facebook page to sabotage her. I did not do any of those things. The things that Bristol and I have done are not equal.
I think Brett said it best when he said, shots deserve shots. You throw shots, you deserve shots, right? And you guys are clearly, and I'm going to go along because I'm not going to argue with you about it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I don't know. I'm not you, and I'm not seeing what you're seeing, you know, like going through it.
Yep.
But I'm going to say that, you know, you guys have been going at it, and you guys are clearly trying to hurt each other, you know, because you guys care about each other.
No, I did care about each other till today is the first time where I'm like, wow, she's been using me. She's been setting me up this whole time and manipulating me with. As soon as I saw that fake Facebook page, I'm like, oh my God, this was all by design. This wasn't a coincidence that she just left this week. This was all planned. All planned.
No, I don't think so.
I do.
Think so. I think, you know, from talking with her, and again, I've only known her a couple months.
Yep.
You know, not as long as you, so I'm not pretending to know her better or anything. But I'm just saying that from what I know, it seemed like you guys were close, and that she would take a bullet for you.
Well,
you know,
no. Well, we were close because
she would defend you.
We were close because she was using me. We were close because I was useful for her. That's why we were close. She was playing me. I got played. I admit, I got played. I don't normally get played. I got played really good. I'll give her that. You know? So. Yeah, well, more like embarrassed, like, holy shit, how did I not see this, you know? But it is what it is. I got fooled. You know, I'm over it. I'll move on. It won't happen again. It is what it is. So.
But that's the thing. Like, we gotta figure out like how to move forward, because I think like even people that like are your followers and like legitimately just your followers like have come at me and asked me.
I can't.
Why are you flip flopping and blah blah blah? I'm not asking you to. It's fine. I can handle myself.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is even they want you like. You to stop, her to stop. They want it all to end.
Okay.
They just want to go back to
right.
The awesome
and again, this is not an equal street. This is them saying this is them saying on their show that they want it to end, and then running back to the Discord and doing the exact opposite. So they're full of shit when they say they want this to end. And she gets on there and says, "I'm not starting a blog," and then today she's starting a blog. I mean, you might have noticed a pattern here that you're being lied to. You were lied about the Sam Carden donations. How many lies do you have to be told before you start to wonder, am I being duped like he was?
I guess I haven't. All right, let's just go along with what you're saying. If I was to go along with it, I guess I haven't seen that I'm being lied to yet. Maybe because I don't know. I'm not really digging into it.
You were lied to about Sam Carden because you saw on the show the other night. She lied about paying for Sam Carden's lawyer. She lied about
If
that.
you want, can I tell you my opinion on that?
Okay.
What I got out of it? What I got out of it, reading both blogs, the one Bristol wrote and then the follow-up one, I think you guys were on different pages. And I think it was honest misunderstanding.
It wasn't an honest. It was that Bristol said in the Discord in plain English that she paid for Sam's attorney. That was a lie. She did not. That is a lie. I paid for Sam's attorney. She lied. She said that I pocketed money that was intended for Sam. That was a lie. Bristol knows all this, and she's playing you. She's doing it to build up. She's trying to smear me in order to build herself up. This is all by design.
I think you guys are trying to smear each other.
I think you don't want to come to reality. I think that's like you guys don't want to face reality, because I get that. This whole thing is uncomfortable to accept that somebody you respected would do something like this, but they did, and you got to accept that.
But I think you got to accept too. I have to learn that on my own.
That's true. That's true.
I have to find that out for myself.
Yep.
And right now, I'm not seeing that, so I guess that's why. But that doesn't mean, and I've said this to the people that have come at me for the situation you and I were in. That I would totally still watch you.
Yep.
And I probably will, and I am.
All right.
I was just pissed off, so I needed a break.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. All right. Well.
But it doesn't mean I don't want to enjoy both shows.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. All right. Well, I gotta because we're calling it a night soon, so I gotta let you go. But thank you for calling.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
All right, guys. So, any last minute questions? It's gonna be holy shit, a 2-hour freaking Thursday show. Good God. Oh, good God. It's a long show, but show that need to be done. And I didn't yell, or I don't think I said cunt once tonight. That's good. I try not to say fuck. I'm trying to work on that. It is what it is. Can I have my wrench? I don't even know how to do that, Adam. If any of my guys out there have a wrench, give them a wrench, you know? All right, any last minute questions, guys, before we call it a night? I love lamp. Excellent. So, at this point, if you, if you haven't been convinced at this point, you're not going to be. I mean, it's undeniable. What if Bristol continues? It is, what can I say? I mean, if anything crazier comes up, I'd have to talk. I can't imagine it will get any crazier than what we saw today with the Aidan Blarney thing. I think we can all agree that's like the craziest thing ever. So, no, I don't think she'll continue, because she's going to keep. She's not capable of just admitting to these people that she lied. So she's going to keep. I'm sure she's going to lose some followers tonight. I'm sure some people are going to distance themselves or start questioning things, right? But some will stay. As you've seen in the comments, people like Fiona, who's not an intelligent person, clearly, is going to stay, because Fiona is not capable of independent thought, and she's not willing to. So she'll stay, and that's who she'll prey on. That's who Kate will prey on. That's who she needs, because she wants to feel loved by these people. She feels loved. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's like with at this point, whatever, it's like, as long as the lie, I don't care if she lies until the lies affect me, until I get an email with a threat in it. That's when it affects me. See what I'm saying? Yeah, I think we might start. I'm going to try to start doing 9 all the time. People said 9:30 is just a little past their bedtime, so I'm going to try to do 9 from now on. All right, anything else, guys? I'll give you a couple more minutes, then we'll call it a night. What is the point of this phone call? He has proof that they were talking about him today, and you call and say, well, whatever, Yeah. Unc, I actually was on your side until you're watching the Discord. And you whined and lied. See, Fiona, you're a stupid person. I don't want you on my side. If you saw the stuff tonight Fiona. You know that she's Aidan Blarney, right? If you cannot admit that she's Aidan Blarney, then you're not an intelligent person. You're not. You're just intentionally lying to yourself. So if you are doing that, then that's fine. I can't stop you. You're not going to. I don't believe that you were ever on my side. I don't believe that for a second. I think you're lying. And it is what it is. You're lying. You're a liar. And that's fine. Go over there. I mean, you're being led by a liar. Of course Bristol sabotaged the fundraiser. I know, that's what she was trying to do the whole time. It didn't fall apart because of her. It fell apart because it was a bad weekend to do it, but she did her. I mean, she could have just not gone, but instead she made the fake name and went out of her way to like list all these grievances, you know? All right, give you guys one more minute to ask any questions you want. You can't prove it negative. He proved Bristol is Aidan Blarney. I did. I proved it. I mean, there's no other way. You know, any upcoming fundraiser? Yeah, I'm just going to do an event in Malden. I'll be in touch about the date for that. I did it last year. It's like a veterans event. I'll give you the exact date on that soon. It's kind of more like a hangout, you know? Two-hour show worth every minute. God bless you. All right, guys. You know, I love you guys. And I really appreciate all your support. And not just because you're supporting me, because you're like evaluating facts, right? That's what I like. I don't want people to just blind support me. And I don't think anyone here is doing that. I think if I had evidence against me, y'all would turn against me, and rightfully so. So I thank you for being thoughtful people, independent thinkers who are looking for the truth, etc. We love you all, and we will see you all this weekend for the live show. All right? Peace, Turtle Riders.